The epicenter of the epidemic, once again, New York City. And the new mayor, Adams, was sworn in from Times Square at the first moments of New Year's. He gave his inaugural address at noon.
I chose Times Square as the site of my swearing in because I take this important office as a time of great challenges for our city. Despite COVID-19 and its persistence, New York is not closed. It is still open and alive because New Yorkers are more resilient than the pandemic.
And Mayor Adams joins us now. Mayor, thank you for joining us this morning.
Good, George. Good to see you.
I know you were planning on riding a city bike in. Is that how you got here?
Yes, I did. And I enjoyed the ride.
I'm glad you did. Let's talk about the challenges ahead for you right now. I know you said you wanted New York to be the center of the universe, not the center of the epidemic right now. Are you confident you can follow through on your pledge to keep the city up and running despite this surge in cases?
Well, COVID is a formidable opponent, and it continues to evolve. And we must pivot and evolve with it. But you can't do it viewing yourself from in the crisis. We have to see ourselves past the crisis. If we close down our city, it is as dangerous as COVID. That's what our focus must be. So that proper balance of safety, keeping our economy operating is going to allow us to get through this.
Nobody wants to close down, but right now the city's operating pretty much at half speed, according to the New York Times. Subway lines are closed. We have staffing shortages of fire and police. Testing centers are short on staff as well. How do we get back to normal? Can we get back to normal with all these shortages?
Well, you said something very interesting. Subway lines are closed, not the subway system. I took the train in on Saturday. So we are pivoting based on where the urgency is located. This is smart the way we're doing it. We're not taking a one-size-fits-all. We're thinking about it, making the right moves and decisions. I was with my police commissioner yesterday. We have about a 20% sick rate, but now we have officers coming back after the 5 days. So we're doing an amazing job of shifting the way the virus is causing us to do so.
New York's at the epicenter right now. How close are we to the peak?
Don't know that. If I knew that, I'd be a billionaire. I'm unclear, but we can't live through variants. We spent $11 trillion on COVID, and we don't have another $11 trillion. So our lives can't be based on what's the new variant. No, we have to figure out how do we adjust. And I say to those who are not vaccinated, stop it. It's time to get vaccinated. It's time to have the booster shots. You're endangering yourselves, and you're endangering the public and your family as well.
New York City schools are going to open this week. Talk to parents about what they can expect. What do you say to those parents who fear sending their children back?
I say to them, fear not sending them back. The stats are clear. The safest place for children is inside a school. The numbers of transmissions are low. Your children is in a safe space to learn and continue to thrive. We lost almost 2 years of education. George, we can't do it again. And so I say to them, we're going to create a safe environment with testing. We're going to identify the children that are exposed. We're going to remove them from that environment. The numbers show the mere fact that a child is exposed in a classroom does not mean that an entire classroom is exposed. We just have to be smarter and thoughtful to keep our city safe and operating.
Some cities like Boston are requiring tests before the students go back. Why not do that?
It's a good idea. And I believe that the governor has the power to do mandatory testing, and I'm going to operate within the tools that I have available to me. And I think that would be a great idea, but unfortunately the governor made the decision, and I'm going to follow the governor. We're going to be partners on this to make sure we make our school system safe.
You're keeping Mayor de Blasio's vaccine mandate in place for private employers. Will you require teachers, police officers, other city workers to get a booster shot?
That's our next move and decision. We're going to examine the numbers. If we feel we have to get to the place of making that mandatory, we're going to do that. But we're encouraging them to do it now. I took my booster shots, and every time I look at the numbers, I'm happy. And you know what the message is also, George? It's not only about is it going to prevent you from getting COVID? Because that's what people are saying. I got it and I have my booster shot. No, it's going to prevent you from dying. It's going to alleviate the possibility of you being hospitalized, going on a ventilator. The goal is to build up your immune system, and the booster shot is going to do that. The numbers are clear. Look at those who are not vaccinated, they're sky high. Numbers who are, they are at a moderate level. That's what we must focus on.
Your number one challenge during the campaign, your number one message during the campaign was to get crime under control. That was your number one promised 500 murders in New York City in the last year. And the challenge you faced was pretty apparent on your first day. What, you had to make a 911 call from the subway over a fight. You had to pay a visit to a police officer who was shot. That's the personal touch. But what's the plan?
Oh, we have a good plan. We have a good police commissioner. She's in now doing a real analysis to have the right balance, because the balance is not just heavy-handed policing. It's public safety and justice. What we do long-term and what we do right now. We're going to go after gangs. We're going to take down some of the large gangs in our city. Whenever you see a shooting take place, look at the next line, gang-related. We're going to zero in on gangs. We're going to reinstitute a plainclothes anti-gun unit and zero in on those guns. The other 2 days ago, we took 7 guns off the street in the Bronx with an amazing team of officers there. And so we're going to refocus on those who are carrying guns and violent crimes in our city and turn around this city. It's going to be a safe place. I say all the time, the prerequisite to prosperity is public safety and justice. My city is going to be safe.
Let's talk about prosperity. The economy is a challenge as well. 9.4% unemployment. That is double the national average.
Yes, yes. And we have to get New Yorkers working again. How do we do that? By stop having an antagonistic relationship with our business community. I've been meeting with top business leaders and making our city attractive to do business in. This is a difficult city to do business. Then we're going to create a centralized database of job applications. All those who are looking for a job, they're going to know where to go to fill out a standard application, partner with our businesses, and they're going to list all the jobs they have available. We could identify the training that's needed, how do we move people into middle-class jobs, and then become a good place to be the center of life sciences, technology, self-driving cars, drone development, and yes, even Bitcoin and blockchain.
You've been on the job not quite 36 hours. Learn anything new yet?
Yes, that this is an amazing city, you know, riding the city bike in, taking the train in, interacting with New Yorkers. Generals don't lead their troops from the back. They lead their troops from the front. I'm going to lead my city into this victory from the front. And people tell me this is a difficult job. Darn it, I want it to be a difficult job. You know, it's a difficult job being a cop, riding the subway trains in the 80s. It's going to be difficult now, but we are resilient. We're going to get through this, and we're going to look back on this and see why we are Americans in the first place, because we're a great country.
It's quite a bike riding outfit. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you, George.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.